With everything that's been said in the Depp-Heard trial, there's probably nothing surprising that could happen anymore, or so we thought. It seems one of the biggest revelations in the case has been made recently, and to everyone's shock, it kind of implies that Amber actually enjoyed fighting with Johnny Depp while they were married. Of course, this probably doesn't make a lot of sense to most people, but it is actually based on the observations of a licensed professional.
We spent 12 hours directly with one another. However, there were more hours involved in the evaluation with some breaks. So we spent 7 hours together on the first day, December 10th. Not necessarily together because there was a 1 hour lunch break and about a half hour with breaks split up through the day. And then on the 17th, we spent a little more than 8 hours in the evaluation from start to finish with a 1 hour break and another half hour of breaks distributed throughout the day.
As a result of the work that you performed, did you form any opinions with respect to Ms. Heard?
I did.
What were those opinions?
The results of Ms. Heard's evaluation supported 2 diagnoses: borderline personality disorder and histrionic personality disorder. In addition to looking for Ms. Heard's general mental status, any psychological issues that were present, I very specifically was assessing to determine whether post-traumatic stress disorder was present, and it was not.
How do you know that?
So first of all, from multiple information sources, right? So I was integrating the interview, my review of the data, the case records, other people's testimony, her treatment records. And then I also conducted, in addition to the MMPI-2 and looking at that data, I also conducted the clinician-administered PTSD scale, the CAPS-5, which is the gold standard PTSD assessment developed by the National Center for PTSD, shown to be valid, accurate for use not just with service members, but also with civilians, men, women, all genders, and also all ethnicities, and then also specifically for use in a courtroom setting.
As a result of applying those protocols, what did you conclude?
Ms. Heard did not have PTSD, and there were also pretty significant indications that she was grossly exaggerating symptoms of PTSD.
According to an expert in intimate partner violence, who was called to give evidence in Depp's defamation lawsuit against Heard, she testified that her evaluation of the actress revealed 2 major psychiatric diagnoses, which were borderline personality disorder and histrionic personality disorder. The witness, Shannon Curry, said that the diagnosis came from an examination of Heard's previous psychological assessments, coupled with direct examination on 2 occasions, and participation in a Minnesota multiphasic personality inventory test. The professional also stated that Heard displayed a reactive, overly dramatic presentation and used words like magical and wonderful to describe events. Heard, she said, flitted between princess and victim. As sophisticated, cute and girlish as such people may present, Curry said they may in reality be very destructive, dramatic, erratic, and unpredictable, and be possessed of an underlying drive to not be abandoned but also to be center of attention. Curry went on, stating that borderline personality disorder represented an unstable personality, alert to rejection, with little access to self-regulation and marked by a lot of anger, cruelty toward people less powerful, concerned with image, attention-seeking, and prone to externalizing blame. A lot of suppressed anger that may explode outwards. According to her, anyone attempting an intimate relationship with such a personality, Curry said, would likely go from idolized to dumpster. It was typical of borderline personalities. She added, to be assaultive as partners. They'll make threats using the legal system, threaten to file for a restraining order, claim abuse. Based on Curry's prognosis, it wasn't a far-fetched idea that Heard would have actually enjoyed having problems with Johnny, as the back and forth would have fit into her personality description perfectly. In fact, a fan who had first-hand experience with the disorder also talked about their experience, stating that it's impossible to describe the anger and frustration you experience when being constantly pushed and antagonized by someone with untreated BPD. They want you to snap and fight them. They feed on conflict in a very unhealthy way. Shortly after the user shared their personal experience, several other people also jumped on the conversation, with another user saying, "It seems like very similar behavior. And you're right, people defending her in the media and or online are likely not actually watching this whole trial. But people should be held accountable for lying about someone with no care about how that lie destroys the other person." and she's a human rights activist. Of course, for some of these fans, this case has gone beyond just Heard and Depp, as a lot of people now seem to be more emotionally and personally invested in it. This, coupled with the fact that Amber's story has been filled with holes and now a medical diagnosis that actually implies that she enjoyed their fights, it is more than evident that her already low chances of winning this trial just became significantly smaller. However, the final say belongs to the jury. Until that time, we'll just have to sit through it all.